Hi guys, welcome to Movement Monday. Today we're going to go over another stretch that will be evolved around the upper body, around the shoulder girdle, to help get you better mobile and obviously to start preventing any injuries or any niggles that you may get when you either start exercising or you may be experiencing as you're exercising. Okay, so the shoulders are arguably the area that you see most injuries occur, and that's mainly because it's the area that's mostly banged up, either that or the lower back. Okay, so a lot of the stretches we've done already, getting the hips open, getting the glutes more sort of mobile as well, getting those muscles around the hip joint more mobile is going to help obviously with that one there. But the thing about the shoulder is it is the most mobile joint in the body, which means that it's most prone for injury because obviously it's got the most areas of movement. It will have the most areas of attachment as well. There's a lot of different little muscles, auxiliary muscles that work there so that we can do all the great things we do with our arms and hands and everything else. Okay, so these are important drills to go through at least. As I've explained before in the sort of the training side of things, you should be doing a couple of mobility drills every day or every other day, and these really should be part of those that you can bring in, okay, just to bring something a bit different in and to obviously get the results you want. So what we're looking at today, if I put you down here and talk to you about it. So the idea, guys, with the stretch, obviously anything we're going to be doing overhead is going to require us to be able to reach overhead, okay? Now, if your lats, which we're going to be talking about today, which are the sort of the large muscle, the wing-shaped kind of muscles that go down the back, down by the ribs there, if they're tight, obviously what that starts to do is that pulls the shoulder down, which internally sort of rotates the arm and brings the shoulder down from there. So what you may find is if you can't reach overhead, the main reasons you won't be able to do that, there's obviously a tight pectoral muscle that's going to bring the arms in, and tight lats are going to bring the arms down. So you find that most people can't get to that overhead position because they have tight lats or tight pecs, and they need to obviously open up from those areas. So the simple stretch for the pectorals that we showed was the pec stretch, okay, using a door frame or using the wall. For the laterals, it's not going to be much more complicated than that, okay? So any post or door frame again will do the job. All you're looking to do again is probably spend 1 to 2 minutes each side as you're doing the stretch, okay? And all you're looking to do is get that position where you're in the overhead position and just trying to stretch it back out, okay? So obviously when the lats are tight, it forces the shoulder down, forces you to get into that position where your arm is not going to be able to go straight. So you might find that you can get to a certain point, say 45 degrees or around that marker there, and then you just won't be able to get to that position without having to really hoik your arm or back around and put yourself into a dangerous position. So just imagine now that you're trying to press a heavy load overhead. If you haven't got that sort of mobility to get into that position, it's going to cause a problem there. Somewhere along the line you're going to cause a back injury or even a lateral or shoulder injury trying to get into those silly positions, okay? So all you're trying to do with a stretch is put yourself into that position, okay? So using a door frame or using a post or anything else like that, you basically get hold of the frame from there and you just lean back into it, okay? So you're physically making yourself stretch out in that position. And you should feel that stretch all the way up, down the lateral muscle down there, and all around that position, and you just lean back into it, you just hold that position, as I say, for about 1 to 2 minutes around that marker there, and then you swap over to the other side and then do exactly the same again. Just sit back into it and stretch it out from there. Now you can add a band. That's going to be a nice way of sort of adding a bit more intensity to it in a sense, because what that's going to start doing is the band's going to start resisting, and obviously it feels that much nicer because it's sort of got something to sort of go against as you're going into that position. So again, exactly the same idea, and you lean back into it and you just get as much tension on that band as you can, and the more tension you get on there, obviously the more intense that stretch is going to be to a point. But if you don't have a band, obviously, as I say, just a frame or a door frame will do. Now another thing you can do, which sort of give you a 2-for-1 on this one, is hang from a bar. Now, a lot of people haven't got the strength or stability in the shoulder to really do that as their main lat stretch. But if you feel confident or comfortable in that position, then hanging from a bar for a minute is another great idea, because what it does is, again, it gets you into that position, and when you're hanging from there, it's a little bit more intense. You're using your body weight to actually put you into that position. Okay, so again, just a couple of movements there that are going to help sort of get you into that overhead position and sort of sit into that position from there. And again, you're looking to about a minute. That sort of hanging one is going to be much more difficult because obviously you're then having to hold your body weight into that position, and if you haven't got the strength or the stamina to be able to hold you know, your body weight for a minute, which is actually quite difficult if you've never done it before, then obviously you want to maybe build into that. But I would say always start with the easiest, you know, the door frame stretch or anything from there, and just work your way up to doing hangs. Now, hangs are a great way to do it, or something to throw into your warm-up. Once you're a bit more used to them, it's not something you then generally have to do as a mobility drill. Something you can throw into your warm-up, just hang from a bar for a minute, and that just opens up the shoulders and obviously deloads the spine. It gets the spine sort of unpressured, really. You just sort of allowing it to stretch out. So it's a great stretch in that sense, because actually it does, I think, you know, it basically is an anti-compression movement for the spine, which is actually important to be adding into your training week, but that's for another time. But there you go. Those two movements should get you in a better overhead position, should stretch out the lateral muscle and start getting you a bit more mobile on those shoulders. Okay, guys, so I hope you enjoyed that one. We'll continue, as I say, over the weeks. If there's anything that you want me to demonstrate or to discuss, then obviously get in contact. Not next week, but I think the week after, I'm going to start the workout Wednesday. So we're going to start doing some mobility and some strength sort of circuits and things like that you can do at home and, you know, at work or wherever you may be. So it gives you an opportunity to start seeing how you can start fitting these into your lifestyle and getting the job done and not wasting time and getting more unmobile, more unfit, and pretty much going the absolute opposite of being awesome. Okay, guys, so get in contact if you need to. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a great week, guys, and I'll see you on Friday. Catch you later.